Instagram, there's like a process. I feel like my shirt's off and I all of a sudden was on the screen and I was live. How we doing? The glasses are dirty and we're not even gonna be using them. Happy Thursday. God, I was gonna say, this is the second week in a row where I wanted to wish people happy Friday and it was happy Thursday. Which happy Thursday? How's the hair do? Okay. Hi, everybody. We are gonna do a very extreme routine tonight. You're gonna see a lot of things you don't usually see. So this routine is, hi Miss B. I swear to God, I need these glasses. Hold on, I need to clean off my glasses so I can put them on at certain times. This is gonna be a learning lesson and something that I would tell clients all the time, but is get ahead of the season, get ahead of the dryness, get ahead of the congestion, get ahead of the breakout. And for me, it's get ahead of the dryness, get ahead of the sensitivity. And New York sort of snuck up on us this year with weather, with everything. So in New York City, if you're not familiar, in most apartment buildings, not all, most, not rich people apartment buildings, but in apartment buildings, they set the heat for you. So it goes to a certain temperature, the radiators go on, which the radiators are drying and irritating. And your choice is we can control, we can turn them off. We can go underneath the thing and just truly turn them off. But that's it, it's off or on, no other choice. So it usually can get extremely hot and extremely dry here. So this is, I learned this during the pandemic. I feel like a lot of us learned this during the pandemic, but was that during the Spanish flu pandemic, 100 plus years ago, this was sort of created. And the reason was, yes, you were getting heat in, but they also did it this way so that you actually opened your windows to get ventilation, which is great and would be great if we didn't have two cats, specifically one cat that is a flight risk that would actually jump out of the window and even with a screen would like press through a screen. So because of it, when I say get ahead, for me, my skin will go overnight from really happy and comfortable to extremely dry, extremely dehydrated, and extremely sensitive. Hi, Kathy from Crazy Florida. How you doing? So I have already cleansed my face with After Show Sensitive. It is After Show Sensitive season. That was my cleanser du jour. It can be first and second for me. First, dry hands, dry face, melting down SPF, dirt, oil, and grime. Second can be dry hands, dry face, but you can also use it wet, have it be a really light, gentle milk, but nourishing cleanser. I'm gonna keep talking quickly, but I'm doing this quickly just to jump into my routine because my skin is so dry and I don't wanna lose any more moisture. So there's a few brands at play tonight. So it's basically a JS specialty. If you're not familiar, we're gonna use some Jane Scrivener, who I was just with in New York City, and Jordan Samuel Skin, and finishing with Kate Somerville to deal with this ingrown / pain in the ass breakout we're dealing with. Anyway, I'll explain more as we do it, but I just wanna jump into my routine. So I wouldn't really be doing a mist tonight, but I just saw Jane in New York. I love her mist, completely different than mine. So this is rose hydrosol, lavender hydrosol, and frankincense essential oil and preservatives, and that is it. So it's a very straightforward formula, less humectant ingredients than our mist. So our mist would serve a great purpose here, but I love the frankincense aroma just as a unique experience. I've also used this mist for years. Love it. Know my skin loves it. Let's get this baby on the skin. The other nice thing about hydrosols, true hydrosols, so not products that are water and rose essential oil or water and lavender essential oil, but rose hydrosol, lavender hydrosol, cucumber, whatever it is hydrosols all are in that happy skin pH of even lower a little bit than the skin. So they're slightly acidic, but they can go from the high 3s to the low 5s. So they sit in a really great place for pH of the skin. Now that the skin is slightly damp, we're going in with Hydrate Facial Serum. And what you're gonna see tonight is going to be a very, and please keep asking your questions, I'll get to them. But we gotta take care of this mug because, my God. So last Sunday, maybe Saturday, I have a mask here that I've used for years. My skin has never really had issue with it. But it was the getting ahead thing, and I wasn't looking. This is really stupid. I don't need to be a weatherman. I don't need to be a weather person and like dealing with this. I'm doing a second layer of Hydrate Facial Serum, if it gives you any idea of what the skin is dealing with right now. And I'm not going to mention the brand because I love this brand. I love this mask. My skin has loved this mask, and I just think it was wrong time, wrong place. I was not like working ahead. So I did this mask on Saturday. I think it was Saturday, whatever. Saturday, let's say. And my skin was seemingly fine. But then the next day, it was a little irritated with some irritated breakouts. And then I went in with another mask, which is, okay, we're now going in with Jane's Rosehip Oil. Straight up. It's not even, I think it's a rosehip CO2 extract. So it's like a very concentrated rosehip oil. No fragrance, no essential oils. We're layering that over Hydrate Facial Serum and the mist. I shouldn't have done either mask to begin with. But the first one sort of created this domino effect into the need for the second one. However, the second one just tipped the scales, and my skin at base level was slightly dehydrated, slightly drier than usual, slightly more sensitized, which again, it would have been something that would have been dealt with in a day. And then New York decided to be like, oh, you want to go for your morning walk where it's usually been 60 or 70 degrees Fahrenheit. We're now going to do 40 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill where the feels like temperature is 32, 33, 34, 35. So we're talking like cold, cold, cold. And my skin was just not ready. And on top of it, I had pushed it too much the other way. I know we all have been in that position before where we just do too much. So I know I said this in the beginning, but I am somebody who it's like, let's get ahead of everything. It's so much easier, whether it's summertime and it's your congestion prone skin and the oily skin and the breakouts. I'm speaking for myself at this point, or the heat in the skin, rosacea prone skin, irritation prone skin in fall, winter, sensitive, sensitized, dry, dehydrated. And I just did everything wrong. The day each thing was happening, I was doing right. Like my skin that day needed the mask, but if I would have really like thought about how quickly, and it's been 4 years. We're going on 4+ at this point in New York. My skin, it's different than Seattle. If what I did this past weekend happened in Seattle, my skin would have been fine. It's just that this New York, the heat, the outside, me being outside more, it's just different. So what we're doing right now is extreme. This will be something that I do for 1, 2, 3 days. And this is when I talk about choreograph your skincare routine, this is exactly what I mean. Because this is not my routine Monday through Sunday, 365. This is like, oh, you messed up a bit. We're gonna give a little TLC. We're gonna get it back on track. And then we're gonna go back to your after show sensitive, your antioxidant treatment emulsion, and your moisture recovery, which would be my 3 go-tos if my skin needed TLC and was just balanced already. But right now we need extra hydration. So cleanse gently after show sensitive, Jane Scrivener mist, Hydrate Facial Serum, a bit of a straight up rosehip oil. But again, because I've been talking, I'm gonna mist again. And what do I like? My skin needs so much moisture right now. It's crazy. We're gonna do moisture recovery cream. I'm thinking we're gonna do moisture recovery. And it's crazy how quick this is drying. We're gonna do moisture recovery with, this is, believe it or not, moisture recovery in the lab sample, excuse me, of So you know how Performance Cream's in this matte PCR tube now. Moisture Recovery Cream will eventually be in this matte PCR tube, same size, but in black, like Moisture Recovery is. But for testing purposes, we just had to have a generic naked bottle, but do stability and compatibility. So I have leftovers of these, which is why I use these, so y'all can have the good stuff. So we're doing Moisture Recovery Cream with more rosehip oil. Oh my God, I need this on my skin so, I need this on my skin so good. Okay. I promise we're going into the questions in a second. We're gonna talk about the lip balm in a second because Lord knows my lips need the lip balm. We're gonna talk about the gift of purchase in a second. We're gonna talk about how you do them. Oh my God. Okay, now we feel it. Now we feel the goodness. Okay, oh, okay. If you are somebody that has ever used Moisture Recovery before, it's going over the lips too. And you know that sort of sigh of relief you get when you put it on your skin, when your skin really needs it. Oh my God, that was just what happened. Oh, that was sexual. That was really good. Okay, now I'm gonna let this sit for a second, and if I remember to do this, I will do this. If not, I'm gonna talk about it now, but do it later. But Kate Somerville Anti-Bac. This to me is my #1 spot treatment for breakout prone skin. My skin does really well with benzoyl peroxide. It does good with salicylic, it does great with salicylic acid as an overall treatment, but salicylic acid spot treating my skin isn't my #1. My #1 is benzoyl peroxide. I've tried 5%, I've tried 10%. You would think the 10% stronger, better, faster, quicker. For some reason, the Kate Somerville 5% has always been, it's a more luxurious texture. It's easier to apply. Now, how I'm going to apply this would be frowned upon by most dermatologists. Because if you are somebody with true acne-prone skin, you're gonna be applying your benzoyl peroxide product after your cleanse. No questions asked. Then do the rest of your routine. This for me is a 1-off, 2-off. I have a breakout here, I have a breakout there, we're gonna apply it. I could have absolutely applied this on freshly clean, naked skin. However, my skin needed much more TLC than I usually do. Separately, this was a trick I learned back in the day. I'm going to apply it after everything dries and settles down at night on top of everything. Now, that means a few things. It means it's going to be less effective, which is not a bad thing. I've always talked about this with buffering retinols, buffering acids, same with buffering benzoyl peroxide. Yes, it is absolutely going to be less effective. However, I have a 1-off breakout and I have a very sensitive, very dry, very dehydrated skin. I am still going to we are not creating layers and barriers with the layers I'm putting on my skin. It'd be great if we could truly have like a gate up at the castle, but we can't. So it's still going to get where it needs to be, and it's always been the best treatment for me because little by little it will kill the bacteria, it will get rid of the breakout, but it's going to save me dryness, peeling, irritation, redness in my skin tone. So I am somebody at night that will apply this over top of my entire routine. Again, if you were talking to a derm, they'd be like, that's not why it's created, that's not how it's created, that's not how it's meant to be used. I understand. I'm just saying I've done it now for like 20 years that way. Love it. So I'm gonna let this dry down. I will apply a bit on here if I remember while I'm on the live. If not, I'm gonna do it before I go to bed. But anyway, how are we doing? Okay. The hair's cute, right? The hair's doing good. The hair's doing good. Oh, Kathy, your 3 favorite brands. That's amazing. I mean, I'm biased, but I'm friends with both of them. I love both of their brands. I've used both of the brands for years and years. I've used Kate since 2008 or 9. Obviously, I've used our brand since I've created it. And I've used Jane since 2013 or 2014. Oh my God, I remember when I started using Jane, Caroline Hirons had talked about it on her blog, and it was about the Nourishing Cleanser, the Balm Cleanser from Jane. And at the time, Jane's packaging, it was her jar, it still is the jar, but it had a big JS on it. I was like, I had just started our brand. I'm like, I am JS. Who is JS? Anyway, we actually became friends ever since then. So the Jane Scrivener mist is so lovely. It is so lovely. So if you're not familiar, it's called Skin Drink, frankincense hydrating facial mist, but it's 5 ingredients, I think, total, if you really want to be nitpicky. It is rose, hydrosol, lavender, hydrosol, frankincense essential oil, and then 2 preservatives. And then the components of the frankincense essential oil, but actually ingredient-wise, it's 5 ingredients. You shake it up, spray it on the skin, has a beautiful frankincense aroma. Love it. Like I said, hydrosols are slightly acidic, so great for our skin's natural pH, which sets between 4.5 and 5.5. Not even knowing this, I would be shocked if this pH of this product was over 5. It's probably somewhere between like 4 and 5. So great hydrating, aromatherapy, pH balancing step that I love. I could have absolutely used our Hydrate Facial Mist. I saw Jane yesterday, the past 2 days, and we traded products, so I have this back in my life, wanted to use it. Again, went in with 2 layers of Hydrate Facial Serum because while I am naturally lipid dry, what happened with those 2 masks and this weather has has removed a ton of water from my skin. I can see the surface dehydration lines. I knew that we needed to do Hydrate Facial Serum tonight as opposed to antioxidant. I needed humectants. Again, just saw Jane, went in with her intense oil, which is a rosehip oil, but it's a rosehip CO2 extract, so it's extremely concentrated. Essential oil, fragrance-free, layered that over Hydrate Facial Serum, put a touch more into Moisture Recovery Cream, so this skin is glazed but protected. We're going to finish with a touch of Kate Somerville Anti-Bac on the breakout, and the Jordan Samuel Skin, the lip balm, which I need to do right now, my God. So anyway, if you are not aware, a week ago, tomorrow, we launched Jordan Samuel Skin, the lip balm. So this is basically the lip balm I created for exactly what is happening to my skin and my lips right now, where New York has decided to just cut off all humidity, all moisture in the air. Our apartment is bone dry, outside is bone dry. I've been outside more because the days are lovely fall, crisp days. They're not extremely hot and extremely humid or extremely cold. However, I'm spending more time outside. It's windy, it's cold. I'm drinking coffee, I'm drinking martinis, and I'm just not doing the right thing. So this lip balm is, here we go. So if you have not heard about this or tried this, this is our newest product. It is a fragrance-free, aroma-free, tint-free, flavor-free lip balm that has a semi-gloss to it. I'm trying to hit all the questions that I'm asked right out of the gate. So it's not a lip milk, it is not a lip gloss, it is not a lip oil, it's tint-free, it's not a lip stain, it's not a lipstick, it's not a chapstick. It is called the lip balm because it is truly a balm. Balm. So I am a fan of lanolin in skincare products, in lip products. However, it makes something not vegan. Most importantly, well, that too, but it makes people have a ton of sensitivity to lanolin. It is derived from wool. It can be extremely irritating, especially around the mouth area, which I saw in my treatment room when I would use a lanolin-rich product around, I'm just doing this because it feels good, around people's lips. Anytime I would try something that was a lanolin alternative, it never really, I felt like, fit the bill. Love petrolatum. There's so many petrolatum products on the market. I thought it'd be great to have, if we could really create a petrolatum-free, lanolin-free alternative that feels like you have that protective petrolatum on your lips, you have that lanolin on your lips, it's tint-free, it's fragrance-free, it's aroma-free. Let's get there. It took many tries, but I believe we absolutely got there. This is truly a lip balm. It is thick, it is protective, it is nourishing. So the castor oil blend, it's castor oil, hydrogenated castor oil in a copolymer, which creates something called castrolatum, which is a vegan, I mean, petrolatum is vegan, but it is still vegan. Petrolatum alternative that gives that beautiful, great, occlusive, emollient feel and structure to the balm. It has shea butter and coconut oil and avocado oil and squalane and vitamin C ester. Tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate is the oil-soluble vitamin C. So great antioxidant protection. It also has a peptide to help hydrate and plump temporarily, but great. I will take it. It is just protective and nourishing. It's lanolin-free, petrolatum-free. It's so good. A little goes a long way. It stays through eating. It stays through drinking. I am somebody that got really frustrated of applying a lip balm, going to lunch, lip balm was gone. You reapply, which fine, like that does work. But like I wanted it to stay on my lips. When I go to bed, I want to apply one big thick layer at night, go to sleep, wake up, have my lips plumped and hydrated. There are so many lip masks on the market where I would apply them super excited. I'd wake up, they'd be gone. And so that was the catalyst for creating the lip balm. It is $20 US, available on jordansamuelskin.com and at CO Bigelow currently. It is 0.5 fluid ounces. I point that out because similar to our eye gel, most eye gels on the market are 15 milliliters or a half fluid ounce. Our eye gel is a full fluid ounce or 30 milliliters. Similar to lip balms. Most lip balms on the market are 0.25 fluid ounces or 7.5 mil. So this is double the size at 0.5 fluid ounces and 15 mil. Some are 0.37, 35, some are 0.1, but 0.5 is a big size of a treatment lip balm on the market. I apply this religiously, and with how long wearing it is, I would say if it is, right now it's been, if I'm applying liberally and trying to get it like good all day long, I'm doing 3 applications for 24 hours. That is it. So I'm thinking like if we're dead of winter, I've been outside, I might do a 4th application, but this isn't a 10, 15, sometimes when you're applying lip balm so many times, a little goes a long way. Oh, it's so good. And again, just how I took a sigh of relief with the Moisture Recovery Cream. I was waiting to apply this for the live. I know I could have done it before. I wanted to do it here. The lips needed it. Anyway. Oh, thank you, Miss B. You're loving the lip balm. I love the lip balm. I thought I lost it the other night and was so mad at myself, but I found out I need another one. Marissa, that's the thing with lip balms, right? Like how many lip balms have you had? I know I've had so many where I'm like, where is it? And I've eventually found it, but I've misplaced it. I've lost it. That's what I should create, is like an alarm, like a bell or a warning or something on the lip balm, because we don't want to lose this. And so, you know, this I feel like is the first product, not that the others are not good, because they've all been good as far as I'm concerned, but similar to when we launched Moisture Recovery Cream, and everybody in the industry who has access to everything spoke the praises of Moisture Recovery Cream. That's happening now with the lip balm. Caroline Hirons has loved the lip balm. Vanessa Goes to Get Glowing has loved the lip balm. Nerida Joy has loved the lip balm. Shireen Idris has loved the lip balm. I'm dropping out, but the list goes on and on and on of people who have access to everything and are loving. James Welsh has loved the lip balm. See, I told you I'm gonna keep going, but I'm so happy that people are loving this. We didn't want to play. We didn't like, this might not be, oh, a light little lip balm you put on for the day, but this was meant to be a treatment to deal with dry, chapped lips. Any time of day, any time of night, any time of year, but it's really going to shine going into fall and winter and wearing it at night. I'm so excited. And if you did not know, we currently have, for only a few more days, for our 11th anniversary, which I cannot believe, with any 50 US dollar plus purchase or your currency's equivalent, meaning it would not be 50 Australian dollars, it would not be 50 pounds, it would not be 50 euros, it might be 50 €5, it might be £45, whatever that is. And it's going to fluctuate day to day, unfortunately, because we are a US based business. Unfortunately, it's going to fluctuate, period. Because we are a US based business, it's set at what we are at, which is $50. Then with fluctuations that happen in your currency's current conversion with our system that's automatic, you will get a choice of two of my favorite layering products for fall, which is a full size of the Performance Cream or a full size of our new Matinee Gel Moisturizer. Both are excellent moisturizers for oily combination prone skin, but they're amazing layering steps for somebody that is dry, dehydrated, sensitive. Performance Cream is a satin finish, your skin but better, peptide enriched cream. Matinee Gel Moisturizer is a gel moisturizer, not a gel cream. It's lightweight, antioxidant-rich plant-based oils combined with humectants and a gelling agent, which helps to thicken it up. But it's a watery burst of water on your skin, giving you a beautiful glowy finish, but a barely there feel. They can be used morning, night. There's no contraindications. They can be used with retinols. They can be used with acids. They can be used with peptides. They can be used with vitamin C's, etc. They can be used with any of the products in our line. And because you have a choice, if you're somewhere else in the world besides the US, once you hit that 50 plus threshold, or what that equivalent is in your country's currency, there will be a pop-up that comes up and it allows you to choose your gift. So you will know if you've met the threshold by the pop-up simply coming up. You click add to cart for one of them. You might not immediately see it in your cart. After you click add to cart, go to your cart. If you don't see it, simply click refresh. It will be in your cart. But just make sure that the free gift is in your cart before you check out. And it will be on its way to you. And that is through Monday night. So we only have a few more days left. Oh my God, it's Thursday night, right? So we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. 4 days left of our 11th anniversary, which I cannot believe it's our 11th anniversary. Put an AirTag on it, Saber. That's what an alarm is not the word I was looking for. But yes, an AirTag, thank you. That's why I bought a few, knowing that as a Jordan Samuel skin product, I take the chance. I would love it, so I have one in my bag and one next to my bed. Thank you. Yes, to be fair, this is actually my husband's. Talk about like having a few and floating around. This is my husband's because his is prettier and has more in the tube than mine. Mine is, I think it's time to let it go. I've been gifting them to friends and family. And because of it, I thought I personally had more. I think I just gave my last one to Jane Scrivener, and I went to get my own new one, which I do not have here. I placed a personal order for myself at the warehouse today and forgot to include them because I had not checked and thought I had more. So it's been a sad day. So we're stealing the husbands. Anyway. Okay. I know I told you I was gonna forget this maybe, but we're doing it. Get some real anti-bac. It's not exciting. It just looks like me applying literally except I need, okay, there we go. Whatever this is, it seems like it's an ingrown hair actually, which means Benzol wouldn't necessarily be the best thing for it, but it's a pain in the ass, whatever it is, and it came up overnight. We're not happy about it. God damn. Anyway. Okay, so this is my sighting Thursday night, which is that my skin could not be more dry. We also have a breakout going on. Skin is sensitive. We have our 11th anniversary gift with purchase. We've just launched the lip balm. And we have a ton of exciting things still coming up. Now, if you followed me on Instagram or even last time we were here on YouTube, you know that I was not confident on a date for the fragrance. I cannot tell you how excruciating this is. So the fragrance is completed. The box of samples and the full size of fragrance. We've seen the photos. They're on a pallet, a shipping pallet. They're ready to go. We have the dimensions. We have the weight. Because it is an alcohol-based product, it normally would go sea freight, but we're doing a smaller run at first. So because of that, we actually can ship it air freight. However, it needs to now go to a second facility, like down the street, literally in Italy, but get all the right paperwork for dangerous goods shipping. Then we get it on a plane. So we still, like, it still has not left Italy. We are chomping at the bit to make sure that we can have, I'm doing a second layer of this, that we can have a holiday. And when I say holiday launch, that could mean the day after Christmas at this point. We're confident that it probably will be 2024, but I can't tell you if it's going to be Black Friday. I can't tell you if it's going to be the first week of December. I can't tell you if it's going to be the day after Christmas. It's all going to be sort of decided for us, which is not what we were in for when we started the process this year, but here we are. The few things I will tell you is we initially will not be able to send internationally. So it will be US only. That is, again, via regulations and being a small business and all of those things. In the future, if there is interest, Cult Beauty would like to carry it because they could handle UK and EU for us. We can then figure out if we can get it to Canada, if we can get it to Australia, etc. There are other ways around this where you can potentially ship to a freight forwarder in the US if you're somewhere else in the world with other things, and they can ship it to you. It's just that we can't personally do it. So there are absolute workarounds. Number two, it is not limited edition, but it is limited run because this is a new segment for us. We are a small business. We begged them to do one of the smallest runs we've ever, maybe the smallest run we've ever done of a product. So that doesn't mean anything because again, it's a new segment. We don't know how people are going to receive the fragrance, the pricing, etc. So it could sell out in 2 weeks. It could sell out in 2 years. Like we truly have no idea what the interest is because a lot of times we could get feedback and people would say they're interested, they don't buy it. Again, it's fragrance, it's extremely personal. It's different than saying we're coming out with a retinol, we're coming out with an SPF, etc. So those are the things I can tell you. However, we spared no creative expense, beauty expense. It's the most beautiful. I can't wait to show you. It is totally different. It's still our logo, the Jordan Samuel logo. Packaging is totally different. It's in a beautiful 2-piece luxe box. There's a sleeve on it. There's a beautiful bottle. It's a 50 ml size. The fragrance is created by one of my most favorite perfumers in the world. He's an award-winning perfumer. So we went highbrow right out of the gate, and it smells so freaking good. And I have this much left of it, and I haven't been able to wear it because I just smell it or like let people smell it who, like I let Jane spray it on a piece of paper so she could smell it yesterday, but I am chomping at the bit to get myself the full-size bottle. Anyway, Pandora, yes, that was probably the fragrance, sorry. I have not talked about, so I will give more away once we know this is in our warehouse. I don't want to give too much away before, like, once I feel confident that it's like in the warehouse, we're good to go. I'll be teasing more. We have a whole page that we were already working on today to build out, to sign up for waitlist with photos and information, etc. So we're like, it's there, but it's painful. We're now the fact that we're seeing photos of it from the warehouse in Italy, knowing it's ready to ship, and we're just waiting on paperwork, is not going well with somebody who has very little patience and extremely little patience when it's a product that I'm so excited about and I personally want to be using all year long. So I'm on a no buy, but I'll make an exception for your fragrance. And good news, Pandora, on first of all, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We also will have so truly the second we get samples into our warehouse, into inventory. I'm saying this now so we can hold me to it. I think it's going to be you have to buy a full-size product, but every order of a full-size product or more will get a free sample before the fragrance even launches. So you will also be able to experience the fragrance. It's a 2.5 mil. It's a spray fragrance with a little card that explains it. You will know everything about the fragrance. So the second we launch the full size bottle, you will know if you want it or not. Two, if we can get photos, because we do technically need photos on the website to sell it, we also will separately be selling the samples eventually at a very low price, a few dollars. That way, you might not need a full-size product. You can just buy a sample. But we're doing that, so right out of the gate, if you want the full size, you will know there's going to be no surprises, etc. But trust, we thought this was already going to be in the warehouse. I'm excited. You've been discussing it for a while. I'm so excited. Does the sample ship outside the US? I don't believe the sample. So this is all new for us, and it's literally a day at a time. Not because of us even, it's because regulation, even the company that we're working with that is a pro in this, they make perfumes for the major houses all over the world. They just recently, we were supposed to already have full-size bottles and samples to the photographer to be shooting. They were sent back because they didn't have the right paperwork, because regulations had just changed that week and the company wasn't even aware of it. So it really is more of a touch and go, where we know in the US we're safe because everything is ground. It doesn't need separate paperwork. Like, we're fine. That's why we have the clearance in the US. Sending one-offs retail-wise all over to different countries, it's going to be a process of like, does that country accept it? Does that country? And working with our international shipping company and seeing what the regulations are. And I know Joe Loves went through something like this, where all of a sudden I was ordering from them in the UK directly. It was coming in like 2 days from the UK, and then it stopped. And it was like 2 years ago, I remember, and I ordered a big holiday order of their holiday fragrances, or their fragrances and their holiday candles and their holiday diffusers. And in like a week, it didn't come. And I was like, oh, they're busy. And then in like 2 weeks, it didn't come. So I emailed and was like, oh, like, what's going on? The regulations had just changed again. And they had to send it snail mail, essentially, instead of air freight. And it took like almost 4 weeks to get it. So they were able to send it, but it was a ridiculously long, excruciating process. Then they've now eventually got a US warehouse to deal with it. So they put a bunch on a boat from the UK to the US, so then they can sell it ground in the US. So some of this I'm just totally not making up, but it's more of what I'm seeing in real time with other brands, knowing that we're going to have the same hurdles and we just are going to have to deal with it as it happens, which I Dream in Gray, how you doing? Can't wait to see the fragrance. I just got home and signed on and missed if you talked about the notes. I can only imagine. I'm not giving away too much just yet. We have a full plan in place of like talking about the notes, teasing imagery. I have videos filmed with the perfumer. We have a lot of content to share. We just want to make sure that it's done in a process where we feel that the perfumes are safe and sound in their little bed in the warehouse. But we don't know that yet. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I am going to be on Facebook Live, which I am never on. I'm primarily on Instagram and YouTube, and then I'll do a touch on TikTok. But I'm going on Facebook Live 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. So please don't leave me hanging. I'll be saving this. I'll save this as always. I'll share it on Instagram. I'll save the Facebook one. I'll share it as well. I'm fine talking to myself, but it's way more fun talking to y'all. So if you can, please join me on Saturday. Enjoy the lip balm. Enjoy your gift with purchase if you indulge. Oh, can I give a mood? That's a good, okay, yes, Pandora, I love that. I will give a mood for the fragrance as a sign off. It is, this is not going to give too much away, but it's not going to give too much about the scent. It is, so it's, there's no, I mean, I might not have talked about it this much, but the fragrance and fragrances that we've been working on since, but we're going to see the interest if we build out more fragrances, but is going to be my passion and my interpretation of different regions of Italy and creating that La Dolce Vita moment. And this first one is that moment of being in a cafe in a beautiful sunny courtyard, sipping a cocktail with your friends, chatting, relaxed. There's no stress. You're not thinking of what you're doing tomorrow. You're not even thinking of what you're doing in the next hour. You're just laughing, sitting, enjoying. It is carefree. It's lighthearted. It's fresh. I feel like that's a good start. That's a good tease. That's a good start. But that is definitely the mood. But thank you all so much for watching. If you can join me on Saturday, join me on Saturday. I will be back. I actually think I have a YouTube video going up tomorrow or Saturday on either, it might be fall candles or it might be fall fragrances, but there's 2 more videos going up in the next 2 weeks. One's fall personal fragrance and one is fall candles that are not pumpkin gourmand. So like pumpkin, gourmand, vanilla, spice, those are easy to find. I went into more ones that are not that for people who don't want that. So those are videos going up on YouTube. There's one, I think, this weekend and then maybe one in 2 weeks. But I'll be on Facebook. You'll get sick of me. And I will keep you clued in on the fragrance. Thank you, Pandora. I used to live in Italy. I miss my cafes, piazzas. Yep. Exactly. Like sitting, but a quiet piazza. This would be a quiet piazza. It's not too busy. It's not like you got the perfect table you wanted in the cafe. You didn't have to fight for somebody. Nobody's blowing smoke in your face. You're sitting with your friends. You're sitting by yourself even. You're just in your happiness. Like the stress isn't there. You don't have to answer your emails. You don't have to like pick up the phone. You're content with yourself. I know that's not really giving much, but that's exactly what this fragrance will bring up for you. The region is Sicily. I will say that too. The region is Sicily. We're going south up. The first region is Sicily, and it's my love letter to Sicily. And I hope you love it. I hope you love it. Thank you, Miss B. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I say this all the time. I do not take it for granted. Your support, your love, your word of mouth, these moments together mean the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Enjoy the YouTube videos. I think there's one this weekend. I hope there is. I should check on that. And I'll be on Facebook on Saturday. And until next time, have a good night, have a good morning, have a good day. And I will be posting this on Instagram and saving it, and it'll be up on YouTube. And until next time, bye.